Hi guys, welcome back to Booksy and Media. Today we are going to be drawing an easy and simple Christmas tree. But before we get started, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell. So let's get started. You would need something to draw with. I am using this Sharpie. It's dark blue so it's easy to see. There is a lightly sketch so it's going to be more accurate. So let's get started. First off, we're going to start with the star on the tree. We're going to draw it like a half triangle, and then we're going to go out 2 lines, like that. And then we're going to come in. This is going to be symmetrical. And then we're going to go out, and then we're going to go in again so they meet at a point. There. Now we're going to go down, and this is also going to be a symmetrical drawing. Make it as accurate at both sides as you can. Now we're going to draw some wavy lines like you would draw on a cloud. So that's going to be the top bit of our tree. Now we're going to move on to the second bit. So these 2 dots, we're going to go out from those 2 dots. We're going to go out a little bit wider and a bit longer. And then we're going to repeat the same thing we've just did. Now let's do that for 2 more times. Okay, now since we've done this 2 more times, we are going to come with the bottom. It's a bit crooked, but I'm sure you can do way better. Now we are going to draw 2 lines, and they're going to be 2 little bumps in between them. Now we're going to line that off like that. And now we're going to draw the tree's pot, and then we're going to go down at an angle on the both sides, and then we're going to connect those. And now this is optional. You can draw little patterns if you wish. Let's see this whole pot with all the patterns. They're quite hard to see, but you see I have done some triangles here, some wavy lines, some diagonal lines, and some other diagonal lines facing the opposite side on the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and draw the presents. You can draw these presents in any type of shape. So this is going to be our square present. This could be anything. And then we're going to make sure to not go through the line. So it's going to look something like that. So you're going to go line, line, pause, and then other side, line, line. And this is going to be straight. Because this ribbon is going over the one underneath it. So it's going to give a more realistic effect. Now, let's do the ribbon. You can do the ribbon any shape or sizes. You can even not do a ribbon. And as you can see, this ribbon is quite big. Now we're going to go ahead and do a circle present. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we are going to do a smaller ribbon. We can see a bit smaller, but then we have to go over it to give a more 3D looking effect. Now, last but not least, we're going to do a triangular present followed by a rectangular present. So we're going to do a triangular present here. Now, these could be anything. This could be one big chip in this triangular present. And then we're going to do a weird looking bow right up here. We're going to color this one in because it's really close to the tree's pot. Now, last but not least, let's do another simple one, a rectangular present. Now, this looks like a square, but it's a bit wider. Again, this is not as big as the small squares ribbon. And this might look to a big square box to some of you guys. So let's go over here and let's do obvious rectangle. Perfect. And this ribbon has to be in the side, or if you want it, you can put it in the middle of it. You see, I've done this same overlapping pattern for all of these presents, but you can not even do an overlapping pattern. You can make them go straight through. Now, let's start decorating the tree. We're going to draw some tinsel, which is like wavy lines, and then we're going to make those wavy lines like that. And then we're going to go the opposite direction each time. Something like that. Okay, these look like big, long strips of popcorn. But now, let's get going with the ornaments. We're just going to draw some random circles wherever on the tree we want. We're going to do more than one on each part. Like this one, I'm going to do 3. This one, also 3. Let's add a 4. And then this one, a 2, because that one is slightly smaller. Now let's color them in. Remember, coloring is always optional. You can just leave it as it is. So I have all my colors here, so let's start coloring. We're going to start with the star first. For the star, you can do any color, but I'm just going to make it simple yellow. Make sure to stay in the lines if you can. You can see that I've gone out of the lines for a bit. Just a little, but it's still going to look great. Now let's move on to the first section of the tree. We're going to color in the tree green, any shade of green you want. But make sure to not color in the circles or the long-looking popcorn lines. Now that we've colored in our first section green, we are going ahead and we're going to color in the ornaments. I'm going to do this one pink or purple. It depends how you see it. And now we're going to do a bit of a darker shade of purple. There. Now let's color in the tinsel. For my opinion, I think the tinsel should be red. For this first section, I'm going to keep changing the colors so we can jazz it up a little. Good thing we didn't run out of our red color. Let's move on to the second part of the tree. If you want, you can follow ahead of all the colors and you can copy it. It's totally fine with me. For the second part of the tree, we are going to do this green again. So all of the parts of my tree, I'm going to make them green. But you can do your color part of the tree any color you want. We have unfortunately run out of the green we have now, so we're going to use a different green. And if this one runs out, which hopefully doesn't, we're going to use this neon brighter green, which doesn't matter because it depends which way your tree's facing. That looks right to me. And if you have colored in the wavy line or the circles, it does not matter. You can always go over in a different color or you can let it be like that. Okay, so for the tinsel, I'm thinking rainbow. So next we're going to do orange. This is going to look really cool. Let me just fill in the gaps. And now for the ornaments, I'm thinking blue. So we are going to do this dark shade of blue, this slightly lighter shade of blue. You can see the difference there. And a yellow, just like our star. And I'm thinking a red, like the tinsel above. Let's move on to the next section. To make the process a bit quicker, I am going to be coloring the two last sections of our Christmas tree green. And voila, we've colored these two parts magically green. So now we're going to go ahead and do the next two tinsels. After orange in the rainbow, it is yellow. Again, we're going to do it just like the color of our star. And we have a problem here. After yellow, it is green. And we cannot skip green, but our tree is green. So we're going to go ahead and hopefully make this green that has run out hopefully work. We're going to shake it and maybe blow on it to make it work. After a few attempts, we have got it to work. This is our Christmas tree so far, but have you noticed the problem? We have not colored in these last 7 ornaments. So let's get started. First, we're going to do this orange again. So I'm going to technically copy it down here so we can make the process a bit quicker. Now we're going to do this some sort of peach. So these two are technically going to be matching, I would say. And then a light blue would look good. And yep, that is actually all. Now let's move on to the bottom. This is your absolute own design if you want it to be, and you are more than welcome to kind of get ideas of my design. So I'm just going to go ahead and color this all quickly in. We're moving on to our circle present. I'm going to make this red and green. You can't see it a lot because the Sharpie was a bit thicker. It drew a bit thicker than I expected. Okay, now let's move on to the 2 squares. This one's going to be purple and orange. And here comes the orange. And voila. To make this a bit quicker, let's add some magic. See you in a bit. Thanks to a little bit of magic, we have got this all colored in. This is the final product. I've added ho 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 and Merry Christmas. Now to make this Merry Christmas a bit expressionful, let me say, let's add some exclamation marks. And some smiley faces will do. Now, see you next time. And if you like this video and you want more, and if you haven't done it yet, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you want to get notifications whenever we post a new video, make sure to hit that notification bell that looks like a bell that rings. See you next time. Bye.